Hey, beautiful warriors. Welcome back to Live Free Legal, the place where faith meets fierce advocacy. I'm Tiffany Lesnick, your Christian attorney and legal coach. And today's topic is one of the most critical decisions you'll make on your legal journey: how to choose the right attorney when you're leaving an abusive marriage. This isn't just about legal skill, it's about emotional safety, spiritual alignment, and strategic wisdom. So, number one, what makes a good attorney for domestic violence survivors? Not all attorneys are created equal. Some can quote statutes in their sleep, but freeze up when trauma enters the room. Here's what you want to look for: trauma informed training. Ask if they understand the impact of coercive control, financial abuse, post traumatic stress disorder, and domestic abuse. Listen for their responses. See if it makes sense, right? See if it resonates with you, if it seems like they know what they're talking about, or if it seems like they're way out in left field and just have absolutely no experience in that area. Do they have client centered communication? Do they listen more than they talk? Do you feel heard or just handled? Do they talk over you and treat you as if you are just another client to them? Do they have a protective mindset? They're not just fighting for custody or property, they're helping protect your future or your peace. You're not just another client to them, you're just not a paycheck to them. You matter and your children matter. And that should come through when they're talking to you in their language to you. A pro tip: use a consult checklist so that you can go through. If you have specific questions, you can ask them those questions. Don't overdo it. I don't recommend that you overdo it. That could be a red flag as a client, and you may scare away some attorneys by going in and asking too many detailed questions. But do have a checklist with you when you go in, because you may be nervous. And so you may be nervous, but you want to remember some of those questions. So, number two, empowering truths about the attorney client relationship. Sister, you're hiring them. You are the client and you hold the power. So here's what you need to know: you're allowed to interview multiple lawyers. One bad consult isn't a sign that you're doomed. And you can fire your lawyer. If your spirit feels unsettled, trust that. As the client, you have enormous power. You have the ability to terminate that attorney client relationship. You're not just waiting at the mercy of your attorney to end that relationship. If you hire someone and you don't feel like it's a good fit, you are certainly able to fire them even until the morning of the hearing. Now, do I necessarily recommend that? Not necessarily. But if you really feel that they're unprepared and they're not advocating for your interests and you could advocate for yourself better, you maybe need to go with your gut. Ask for what you need. Ask your attorney for more updates. Hey, I need to hear from you more frequently. I'm very anxious and I'm not getting enough information from you. Ask for less legalese. I don't understand what you're communicating to me. I don't know what these words mean. Could you just use kind of regular, more common language rather than all these fancy terms? If you need a payment plan, ask for it, say it. Tell your attorney what you need so that both of you can kind of be on a mutual ground together. Remember, a godly attorney will walk with you, not over you. So, number three, how to save money and still get quality legal help. Legal fees can feel like one more trap from your past life. Let's break that chain. So, you can use a coach like me to prep before consults. This can save hours of billable time. You want to be organized. Create a timeline of abuse, gather documents, and keep notes. If you do a lot of that back work for the attorney, it's going to save them hours and hours and hours of time. It'll also save you thousands of dollars in the process. You can also ask for unbundled services. So, what is an unbundled service? It is basically asking for an attorney to come in and draft documents for you. So maybe you just need something, a motion drafted, a pleading drafted, a court order drafted, something that you're not sure how to do yourself. They can come in and they can draft those documents for you, or maybe just a letter. And they're only doing like one service. They're not doing general representation. So you're not needing to do like a $10,000 retainer, but maybe just a few $100s. It could be that you come in and you have them on advisement. So if you just have some general questions, you can pay them for an hour or two at a time just to get some general advice, general information, so you can best prepare for your case. So do ask about unbundled services. Some trauma informed attorneys offer sliding scales or take on pro bono clients in abuse cases. So you need to ask. There are also legal aid offices that are available across states. So you want to check into legal aid services. What services are available for you? There are also clinics that are available across universities throughout the United States. Is there a family law clinic that is available for you that you qualify for? It is going to be far better for you to have an attorney and or a third-year law student helping you with your case than it would be for you to do it on your own. Also, go to a nonprofit or domestic violence organization and see if they have someone there that can help you, like an advocate. They're going to have a little bit more experience than you are in prepping for your case, and they can help come alongside of you and help you get your documentation in order. Another cheap tip is to go to your local clerk's office, right, at your local courthouse. Many times they're very happy and willing to help you as far as what documents do you need? How do you file those documents? They can't give you legal advice, but procedurally, they can help give you some information that if you're doing things on your own, can help you save a lot of money. So, how do you find a good attorney and how do you not overspend? So, whenever you're searching for an attorney, many people will automatically go to Google and they're going to search for an attorney. So, number 4, don't hire the first attorney that pops up on Google. Most folks think that the very first person to show up on a Google search is the best attorney, especially if you do a search like best family law attorney near me. That is absolutely not the case. The algorithms for Google and who shows up at the top of those pages are generally going to be attorneys who, one, know how to do SEOs or a search engine optimizations correctly. And so they're paying someone a lot of money to help generate certain terms on their websites to get them higher listed. They're also probably paying a lot of money to Google for Google ads, or they're paying a lot of money to other marketing companies, particularly legal marketing companies, in order to promote their legal services. You're going to see a lot of advertisements for things like Otto or Martindale Hubble that are going to promote these attorneys. Attorneys are paying for these services. These are marketing services, and it doesn't necessarily go to the quality of that attorney. But what it does mean for you is that it's going to affect your pocketbook. Because if that attorney is listed higher up, they're probably going to be more expensive. Now, this is not necessarily true in every single case. There may be some very, very good attorneys that are highly ranked or listed at the top. So I don't want to dissuade you from hiring someone just because they're on page 1 or 2 of a Google search. But I don't want you to just automatically say, oh, I've got to have this person because they were number 1 or 2. Just be cautious and know your budget, right? If you know that you're on a very limited budget, you're not going to be able to afford someone who is $400, $500 an hour. Just a short amount of work, 10 hours of work is going to be $5,000, and you're going to run out of that money very, very quickly. A great place to find a trauma-informed, DV-sensitive attorney is through your local domestic violence agency. They're going to know the people to refer you to who are big advocates for victims and children of domestic abuse. So call your domestic violence organizations and find out who do they refer out to. Get those names. Another place that folks may not think about is Facebook or other social media groups. There are groups out there for like single moms of your county or domestic violence groups of your county And women can talk about who have they used as their attorneys, who are they happy with, who are they not happy with, and you can get very real personal recommendations and real life stories from other women in your area who have used particular attorneys, and that can be a really helpful place to go to get personal recommendations, especially if you're not in one of the larger counties and it might be harder to find a trauma informed attorney. Finally, just go look at their website, right? Open their website, look at their profile, see what type of language, what types of words are they using? Are they talking all about their academic history and all their accolades and awards and how wonderful they are? Are they talking about things that resonate and matter to you? Do they have a victim mindset? Do they have a heart for the meek and the weary? Do they have a heart for servanthood? What does their language on their website kind of communicate to you? I think that's very underrated and very important when you look at an attorney's website and their page. So that is another tip that you can look at. If you want helpful checklist, free resources, helpful tips, I would urge you to join one of our legal coaching groups or our annual membership, our Empower Her membership. You can join for 12 months. It's only $35. And with that, you will get access to many legal templates, worksheets, guides that will help you throughout your legal process. And that is at a nominal fee for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a sister like you who needs it. Remember, we post videos at 7 p.m. So I hope that you will join us again next time on Tuesday at 7 p.m. You're not just leaving abuse, you are stepping into authority. Don't settle for an attorney who sees you as a file. Find one who sees your fight and will fight for you. Until next time, stay strong, stay safe, and stay spiritually fierce. The Lord will fight for you. You only need to be still. Exodus 14:14.